Come on, Annie. Let's go to the movies.
This is the Cinereelists episode 633. My name is Kyle.
My name is James.
And my name is Zach.
And we're here to talk movies, movie lists, and movie obsession for the next hour or so. Guys, I had an intro, but I'm just kind of sleepy.
You're sleepy?
Yeah.
What happened?
Yeah, what happened?
It was a long weekend of trying to just mow the last half of my lawn.
I have a question for you, Kyle.
Sure.
Do you still have Christmas lights up?
No, I do not have Christmas
Okay.
lights up anymore.
Just making sure.
Yep, no, they are down.
I thought you keep them
they're-
up till Memorial Day or something like that.
No, not that long. I keep them up until the weather is agreeable
Okay.
to actually get up there and take them down. And I keep them on until around Martin Luther King Day. Maybe not exactly, but around that time of year. So into January, I keep them on.
Gotcha.
And then now with, climate change, come February or March, they come down. So
Sure.
Yeah.
Nice. Well, summer's here in Florida for sure. It's getting hot.
Oh, yeah,
Tomorrow,
it's-
I'm getting my AC replaced.
is it broken?
It's not broken, but I've noticed over the past week or so that like right around 3:00 or so, it is struggling to keep up. That and like the air in my place is just kind of thick. Like it's not removing the moisture from the air the way it's supposed to. And we're not even in the worst of it yet. So I'm kind of preempting the fact that it's going to go out for sure. It's 19 years old. I had them come out and try to service it to get away with another summer. And they were like, no, we're not even going to service it because
Not worth it.
they're like, it's a waste of money. This thing's going to break any day now. So it's happening.
Are you using my guy?
No, I talked to your guy. He gave me a quote and I used his quote to get a better price with Lowe's.
Okay, great.
And
Zach
Lowe's
was
is going to
used-
pull a permit and, do the things that you're supposed to do.
Zach Sky doesn't do the things.
No, he literally said, like, I'm not going to pull any permits. You're supposed to get a crane. He's like, I'm just going to get a couple guys out here. We're going to lift it up the side of the building. And I was like, that's
Jeez.
crazy. But his quote was very helpful because I took it to the guy I wanted to use and was like, hey, if you can match this, I'll stay with you. Otherwise, I'm going somewhere else.
Oh, gotcha. So you're using my guy's price though.
Yes. Well, the guy I eventually went with beat your guy by $400.
Okay, nice.
Nice.
Yeah.
Cool.
You should send Zach that $400 then. Finder's fee.
No.
That's all right.
Half of that.
Okay. All right. Send the other half to me then. I'll take it. You know what? Zach, I'll take your money. It's fine.
I'm not greedy. Just half.
Exactly. But anyway.
Welcome.
Yeah.
Well,
I just saw this movie that we're going to talk about today, which has not yet been mentioned,
Okay.
like an hour ago.
actually,
Oh,
I want to
okay.
contest Zach has not seen this movie because he missed at least the first 5 minutes.
Incorrect. I thought I would, but there was a crazy amount of credits or like trailers before this movie.
Oh, okay. So,
Sure.
I mean, that's a nice thing. I mean, nice in quotation marks, but like you have a good 15, 20 minutes of buffer time between the start time and when the movie's actually going to start.
Yeah. So I got to see the trailer for the new Yorgos Lanthimos movie for the first time.
I haven't seen that one yet.
I haven't seen it either.
It's very intriguing. It tells absolutely nothing about anything.
All right.
Well, Zach
All right.
just saw it, and I saw it on May 8th. So we'll have two perspectives here. One from somebody who just saw it. One from somebody who saw it a day ago. Is that when you saw it, Kyle?
Friday.
Friday. And then
Yeah, a couple
somebody
days ago.
who's like a good week and a half out from seeing it. So the movie, of course, we're beating around the bush on is Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes, which is the fourth movie in the recent Planet of the Apes series, but also kind of a soft reboot of the series as well. And we're also going to rank the Planet of the Apes movies that we've seen, because I don't think any of us have seen all of them, as far as I know.
There is a lot.
There is a lot, for sure. And they get really bad in that first series. from what I understand. Like progressively worse over time. So get ready for that. Before we jump into all of that fun stuff, don't forget there is a YouTube channel that has the video version of this podcast. Go to YouTube, search Cinereelists, REEL with an S on the end. You can find us there and subscribe and watch while you listen. You could also support us on Patreon at patreon.com/Cinereelists. Get extra after show audio and other fun stuff. You can leave us an Apple Podcast review, 5 stars only. We appreciate that. Or leave us a listener email at heyguys@cinereelists.com. Send a comment, a question, a list suggestion, any of those kinds of things. That email address is in the description of this episode. You guys ready to talk Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes?
Yeah.
Let's go.
Let's do it right after this clip.
This is important.
They get cold. Show mercy.
That was Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes, a 2024 American science fiction action film directed by Wes Ball and starring Owen Teague, Freya Allen, Kevin Durand, Peter Macon, and William H. Macy, amongst others. The official IMDb plot synopsis for Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes is: many years after the reign of Caesar, a young ape goes on a journey that will lead him to question everything he's been taught about the past and make choices that will define a future for apes and humans alike. What did you guys think of Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes?
Yeah, so I've always been impressed by this reboot, this new series, just like on a technical level. They have it so dialed in that you might as well just figure you're watching actual talking apes that are being filmed because it's so realistic.
It's
for the
very
most part.
convincing.
It's
for sure.
very convincing. Yeah. So like visually, this movie is definitely a treat. And I did like the world building that this is taking place. I'm not sure how many centuries after the first movies. I heard it's like at least 200 years afterwards. So like what we recognize as America, I think this takes place in like, Southern California, LA region, is completely overgrown. And it's really cool to see how these evolved apes have now like moved into our space, into human space, and are adapting to this world. So like visually very cool, world building, pretty astonishing. I liked this movie a lot at first when it seemed like it was kind of a small scale movie where we're looking at these different clans and these different factions and how they interact with each other. And that's very much sort of how civilization comes to be. You have a bunch of small factions and then they war and they fight and they combine, and then eventually, large civilizations and countries and whatnot grow out of that. So when this was a small scale movie, I was really on board. I was like, oh, this is really cool. Like, I just want to see like, yeah, how does one small faction deal with a larger, more violent faction? And then because this is a blockbuster and they're trying to make a trilogy in a series, then they have to bring in larger stakes into the movie. Let's put it that way. And I was admittedly disappointed, but not surprised that it went there. But it kind of started to feel like every other blockbuster towards the end of like, let's have a lot of CGI action and fighting and, moral dilemmas. And I was missing the smaller scale of the movie that we started off with. Still enjoyed this movie. I enjoy this series. But I wish it had done something a little different than what the other 3 movies were doing.
All right.
Okay.
I enjoyed it as well. I definitely don't think it's like the perfect Planet of the Apes movie for sure. And even the graphics, like I rewatched the first reboot trilogy, Rise and Dawn and War.
Yeah.
And those movies look better than this one, in my opinion.
Really?
They just look more realistic. Like the apes and the apes' fur, and the fact that like the apes, they're doing impressive things, but for some reason, especially the opening sequence of this one, when they're like going through the I don't know.
They're like climbing a building. It's a nest.
They're climbing a building that's been taken over by nature and stuff like that. And there's a little bit of like the superhero stretchiness to the CGI at times in that sequence. Yeah. Whereas like you watch War and it's all kind of deadly serious, and the physics of the animals are just kind of presented as very realistic, I would say. And so there's a little less of that in this. I wasn't mad at it for it, but it was notable since I had just seen those. I was like, oh, they've changed the CGI slightly. They've tweaked it to be a little more fantastical than what I remembered of the original reboot films. So I prefer the reboot movies, but I wasn't mad at this one. I also wasn't too excited about the introduction of kind of the big bad guy halfway through. I don't know. It just kind of seemed unnecessary.
You mean like the warlord?
Yeah.
King? Okay.
Yeah, the warlord king towards the end. I was just kind of like, okay. I don't know.
That's kind of where the movie started to lose me, when we got to be more of like the bigger stakes of like, we want control of this, and let's unite everyone. And I was like, okay. Like it's more fun when this is small.
Yeah, I understood what they were getting at, and I liked the like moral dilemma and the perspective of that ape, and like how he just wanted to get through that door type of thing, like the simplicity of that goal, and he doesn't even know what's in there. He just knows it's the answer to all of his questions type of thing. And then meanwhile, that plays out in the simplest of ways, I would say, without going into spoilers. Yeah, I guess I agree with Kyle that when you're at the tribe, it's a more simple coming of age story, and then it kind of blows up into this bigger picture type stuff. And it was fine. I wasn't mad at it for doing that.
Yeah,
I understood why it did, but I was really enjoying kind of getting steeped into this new world with this new clan and the new rules of being an ape in this world. So, and I liked the touches of referring back to Caesar and the original trilogy without it dominating the story. Yeah. It was just kind of like, oh, some of our philosophies are based on this thing that's really ancient, happened before. And it felt very true. And then once they kind of blow the story up into a bigger story, then you realize like not everybody has taken those teachings the same way. I liked that concept as well. I think the strength of all of these movies, including this one, is that they have a little more to say than like, let's watch the good guys win. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? There's always like a little bit of a different angle, social angle to it. And I thought this one did a pretty good job of that, with the idea of like interpreting things of the past in ways that are convenient for yourself, I would say. What'd you think, Zach?
Well, I think you guys are going to be a little annoyed with me.
Okay.
Because I probably like this movie a lot more than both of you did.
Nice.
That's not
I'm glad.
Annoying.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think it's more annoying if you're like picking it apart. So.
No, I had such a good time with this movie. I really enjoyed it. It is honestly my favorite of the four.
Nice.
And each of the four I've only seen once.
Right.
So there might be a recency effect to it, but here's what I really enjoyed about this one. First of all, I love seeing the like overgrown Earth, like seeing this ancient world with these ancient buildings covered in trees and vines and stuff. It's like, it's just cool. And I don't think we've really seen that since like I Am Legend, maybe. Mm-hmm. And even that was like much less scale.
I do want to know how Southern California became so lush.
Climate change?
That's my only guess. Was like, oh, this must be climate change. And
I mean, without
LA is like a green forest.
Without cars like pumping gases into the air, and without humans like soiling, you don't think that would happen? Maybe not in like the concrete jungle of the city, but I think things would become crazy lush like that.
You think the world would bounce back pretty quickly once we were gone?
I mean, pretty quickly. They're talking about hundreds of years here.
I
But
mean,
it's
pretty
had the
quickly,
backup.
hundreds of years is pretty quickly on a global timeline.
Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah.
Once you turn off the faucet, Kyle. Okay, so back to my thoughts on the movie. You guys can talk about climate change after. The animation, I thought. I mean, I can't compare it to the other ones. My TV is half the size of James's, but it's amazing what we're presented with on screen. It's crazy what people are capable of. And a lot of movies don't take full use of our current abilities like these movies do. And I don't even know what they're filming, really. I can't wait to see a behind the scenes for this, because I'm just not sure what are they pointing the camera at and what is not, you know what I mean? I have no idea how much is filmed and how much is just in a computer.
Right. Like I always got the impression that it was actors in motion cap suits or dots on their face or something like that. For the smaller things, obviously leaping around trees, that's all computer generated.
Yeah, but even then, they're not actually using the video footage. They're using the motion data, you know?
So like you don't think if they have them in a stream, like they don't have the actors in the stream playing out the parts and then they're replacing it with the apes? Or do you think like they're having the actors like in a sound stage moving around and then
I think they'd be in a sound stage because you'd have to take them out of the stream and then replace them with an ape. You know what I mean? Like if you shot them in the stream, you then have to remove them from the stream and then add the ape in.
Is that hard?
Well, it's harder than just filming a stream and adding an ape.
Okay.
It saves a step of taking someone out, you know?
Okay.
But I don't know. I have no idea. It's just amazing,
right?
What we're capable of these days.
I mean, they could do it Gollum style. Have you ever seen that footage of how they did Gollum in the stream?
Yeah.
That was just, they shot one where the camera was like moving a specific with no actor in it. And then they shot one with the actor and then they just replaced it.
Oh.
But I can't imagine they did 2 passes on every shot in this movie. That would take forever.
I really liked the character of Noah because again, there is this coming of age thing. And from the beginning of the film to the last, moment with him in the film, you 100% believe that he has grown up. You know what I mean? That he's come of age and become a adult, which is great. I liked the little like culture intricacies of like they're an eagle tribe, you know what I mean? And like they have their own cultural practices and that kind of thing. I thought that was really cool. I do like the nuance of what you were saying, James, of who you're rooting for, right? Like we're humans. Are we rooting for the humans or are we rooting for the good apes? I mean, there's good apes, bad apes, good humans, but like who are we rooting for kind of thing. And I thought this movie showed us people making strong decisions that like we don't see those kind of moral dilemma decisions played out like that in a lot of movies. You know what I mean? Like that's a real world tough moral decision that some of these characters made at different times, often without hesitation. And it's normally the moral ethical dilemmas we are presented with in movies are a little bit cleaner, or like easier, or like no-brainers kind of a thing. Yeah, I had a great time with this. I think this is the best named of the 8 movies because there's a king with a kingdom, right? The other ones are just way out of order. I liked the whole second half. It kind of changed gears. I disagree with Kyle. I don't think it suddenly got super huge stakes. Really, it's just another, like, it's a warlord, but just in like that little section of LA. He's not like controlling the world.
But what he could have controlled and what the humans were trying to get control of did have a bigger impact on the world itself, not just this small skirmish happening in this beachside. That's what I'm talking about.
I agree with that. I also really like how, even though it's been a couple hundred years, they didn't make the apes like superhuman intelligent. They're still like not as smart as like modern day humans, which is good because otherwise we're just watching humans that look like apes, like they're still a different thing than like modern day people, which is great.
Right.
Anyway, I had a lot of fun with it. I thought it was really good. I mean, it's long, but it wasn't too long for me. Like I didn't feel bored. I don't know. Yeah, I liked it.
Yeah, and if you were going to keep the same story and you had to cut stuff, it would probably be in the beginning, and that's the stuff I enjoyed the most. So I'm fine with the length.
Yeah. I liked Raka. I wanted more of him.
Yeah.
And like back to the morality thing, there's a moment where you have Noah, you have the king ape, and you have this human character, and they're kind of having this moment of decision of like how are things going to proceed. And I didn't really know who to root for in that moment.
Right?
I was like, am I on Noah's side? You know, am I on the human side, even though their time has passed? Am I on the warlord side, who's like, hey, this, you know, I control this area. This is my stuff. Like
little things like that children's book, did a good job of setting up that scene.
Right. Yeah. I thought that was very, very clever. So,
and then without spoilers, there's one specific interaction between the human character you were referring to and William H. Macy. That particular interaction, if you know what I'm talking about,
right?
That was a killer scene. It was great.
Mm-hmm.
And I loved how that sort of informed Noah about what humans are.
Yeah, it definitely shaped his opinion of humans.
Exactly. Yeah.
I also noticed, and I'm assuming this was on purpose, that the apes themselves seem to be a little segregated now, generations later. Like in the original movies, you had all kinds of different types of apes, and they were all kind of following Caesar, and you had big apes and little ones and orangutans. They were all kind of in the same clan. But in this one, the eagle apes were kind of like the same type of apes.
They were
and
chimpanzees.
And then the warlord ones were the baboons or something.
Bonobos.
Bonobos, okay.
And
then
yeah.
Rocco was a different type. They just all seemed a little more segregated now than what they did in the original trilogy.
It's ape nature.
Yeah.
I mean, it's civilization, right? It's tribalism, and like how that tribalism then grows into larger and larger civilized, you know, cities and countries. And I thought that was very interesting. And like,
sure,
I'm interested to see that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. All right. Anything else we're missing about this? I feel like we haven't said much about it other than it's fun.
I don't really know if we really need to dive deep in anything or even really talk about spoilers. It's pretty on its face. Just it's an action movie, right?
Yeah. I mean, honestly,
it looks good.
I think you could have a very similar movie and just cut the humans out of it. It would be fine. You wouldn't have the setup for the next movie at the end.
Yeah.
But other than that, I kind of felt like the humans brought nothing to the table.
I still don't think they have the guts to do a movie completely without the humans in it, you know?
Sure. But I think they could at this point.
I think they could.
Yeah.
I think this director did a great job. I mean, again, how do you direct a movie like this? It's insane to think that you could direct a movie like this, but I think he did a fine job.
Well, you're basically
Zach. It's easy.
You're basically directing an animated movie.
Yeah, you really are.
Has anybody seen any of the Maze Runner movies?
No, I have not.
That's what this guy's known for.
Yeah,
He's only directed 4 movies, the 3 Maze Runners, and then this. And this kind of makes me want to watch the Maze Runner movies because I've never seen any of them.
When the first trailer for the Maze Runner first movie came out, I wanted to see it. I never did. But yeah.
I mean, it's definitely like a Hunger Games style to that market movie.
Yeah. It seemed like a rip-off Hunger Games.
Sure. But it did well enough to get all 3 movies out, which is more than you could say for Divergent. So
whenever I go Blu-ray hunting, I always can find tons of Maze Runner steel cases.
Yep.
I don't know if you see them too. They're just like everywhere in the wild.
I only see them for Scorch Trials, which is the middle movie.
Okay.
I don't see the other 2 for some reason.
Interesting. I guess I'm not paying attention enough, but I've definitely seen Scorch Trials. Maybe it's just the only one, but I always see that one. So
yeah. All right. Let's letterbox this. Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. What are you guys gonna give it?
a solid 3.5.
I'm giving it a 3.5 as well. Zach?
4.5.
4.5.
Love it.
2 3.5s and a 4.5 for Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. I think it's a fun movie to start off the summer movie season for sure.
Yeah.
It didn't disappoint, right?
No.
Like That's what I like about this and Fall Guy. I just feel like you can watch them and just enjoy movies.
Right. Well, War, which is the last movie, was
so
pretty
serious.
dour and serious. And so this is definitely, before we move on, let's talk about it. This is a reboot, but also a sequel, right? Zach, we talked a little bit about this last week.
I mostly see it as a sequel, although I'll give you a little ground on the reboot. But I mostly just see this as a sequel.
Sure.
I'm going to call this a creative reboot, as in like we're trying to get it back in the public conscience. Like, hey, remember that trilogy a decade ago you all liked? It's back. So
Sure.
it's not a reboot at all. It's not a new. I mean, it's a new story, but it's in the same world. They're not changing the world. They're not like starting over with a new Caesar or anything like that. So
It's a requel.
yeah, maybe a requel is a good word for it.
It's a requel.
Yeah.
It's a little bit of reboot and a sequel at the same time.
Yeah, I mean it's 7 years after the last one,
Right.
which was 4 years after the one before it.
It's
Oh, you mean in our timeline, not in the movie's timeline?
Yeah, in our timeline.
Sure.
It's
sure.
reboot as in like when your computer's slowing down because you have too many tabs open, so you have to restart the whole thing. That's what this is. They're like, all right, we got a little bogged down. Let's restart the computer. And
I
pick up where
read
we left
somewhere too that this was also like a Disney initiative. Like they bought 20th Century Fox, and this was like one of the first ones where they were like, "Why aren't you guys making a new Apes movie?" They immediately put it into production, type of thing.
Nice.
This is the first one I've heard of that's seen the light of day that has had that happen. Where
Do you want to know another thing I liked?
what?
off. Yeah, dude.
So I wasn't like incredibly impressed by the main human actress.
Sure, she didn't have
I
much
wasn't
to
like-
do.
Yeah, I wasn't blown away by her or anything like
Right.
that. But I deeply appreciate that it's just some unknown actress to me and not, they didn't put in Jennifer Lawrence or something. You know what I mean? Like I want Hollywood to use more people than just the people that are already famous,
Mhm.
if that
Like-
makes sense.
William H. Macy's the biggest name in this movie.
Yeah.
And that's crazy for like a blockbuster. that
Yeah.
it's your big name.
Who did he voice? Was that the father?
No, he was a human.
He played William H. Macy.
Oh, right, he was
was
in
the
the
other
movie.
human.
You're
Yeah.
right. You're
Well-
right. You're absolutely right.
So yeah, like I was hearing the voices. And I was like, oh, who's that voice? Who's that voice? I saw the credits. Like, I don't know who any of these people are. So
Yeah.
like they did a good job of picking distinctive voices, but not distinctive famous voices.
And I'm really happy about that.
Yeah.
I appreciate that.
All right. Let's talk more apes. Let's rank our favorite Planet of the Apes movies. Well, favorite. Let's rank all of them, whether they're
about
our
we
favorites
just-
or not.
Each person does their own ranking.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
that's
think
what
that
I'm-
makes more sense.
that's what
than
I'm
like,
thinking.
yep, I'm fine with that.
Who wants to go first? Who's seen the most?
I have 7 on my list.
I have 6. Zach?
Oh, we're doing the original ones as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're doing any
Okay,
Planet of the Apes
Kyle, you want to
movie.
go first?
Sure, I'll go first.
Give Zach enough time to.
Yep. All right. So my number 7 is the Tim Burton one from 2001, starring Marky Mark and a bunch of other people. This was just, again, I would call this definitely a reboot of Planet of the Apes, where they were trying to tell the story again. It was the same time travel, what world are we living in? It was stupid. I just remember not being very good. I saw it like in the theater 20 odd years ago and haven't seen it since. So
Mhm.
and then a big jump to my number 6, the original Planet of the Apes, 1968. I did enjoy this movie. It's definitely okay. So 1968 is a weird year because that's the same year that 2001 Space Odyssey came out, which also has, Australopithecus, but also has monkeys in it. And it's just so weird that you have these two sci-fi films that share similar DNA, but they're so different. Whereas like 68 Planet of the Apes feels like that's the last gasp of old Hollywood. Like Charlton Heston's in there. He's doing really big acting. The sets are clearly sets in the studio with like people in monkey masks. And then you have 2001 A Space Odyssey, which is like new Hollywood being kicked off right there. And so it's just a weird overlap of those two movies. So I enjoy original Planet of the Apes, but it definitely has not aged well whatsoever. And then after this, I'm going to be honest, like these 4 sort of all blend together for me. So I just kind of arbitrarily picked. I put Rise first. It was interesting to kind of kick off the story, but a lot of James Franco in that movie, and I wanted more Caesar. Then we got number 4, Kingdom. Enjoyed this one, the one we talked about. Number 3, War. I liked that one. Definitely a downer. It's a lot of like prison escaping, but it was pretty cool. Number 2, Dawn of the Planet of the Apes, which is the middle one. I mean, this for me, you have an ape like with machine guns riding a horse jumping through fire at one point, and that's just, if that's not gonna give you a half-star bump, why not? But my favorite Planet of the Apes anything is the musical Planet of the Apes from The Simpsons, starring Troy McClure. That's my number 1. They got Dr. Zaius to the beat of Amadeus. You'll Never Make a Monkey Out of Me. There's some real bangers in there, and all dedicated to his new girlfriend, Selma.
I wondered how you got to 7.
Well, I had to pick my favorite Planet of the Apes thing, and that's it right there.
Sure.
So
Fair enough.
he can talk and he can sing.
Amazing.
All right. I'll run through mine. My number 6, same as Kyle's, Planet of the Apes from 2001, the Tim Burton version. Don't really remember much about this. I should probably rewatch it because I think I've maybe seen it twice around the time of release. It's been a long time.
It's pretty bad.
My number 5 is Kingdom. Not a reflection on the movie itself, just the 4 above it I think are a little better. Number 4, War for the Planet of the Apes, the third one in the reboot trilogy from the aughts. Number 3, Rise of the Planet of the Apes. I enjoy this one. This one feels the least like a traditional Planet of the Apes movie, which is probably why I like it. It's a really good setup movie for a series. I liked the way they told the story of the virus and the idea that like if you ever needed to wrap your head around apes speaking, this leads you into that very well. And I think did a good job at making modern audiences accept that apes will speak in future movies. Number 2, the original Planet of the Apes from 1968. I rewatched this about a week and a half ago or so, and it held up. Kyle says it's dated. I agree, but it's charmingly dated, not badly dated. It's interesting and has a lot to say. And even like the cheesy parts of it are fun to watch, in my opinion. Probably seen it 5 or 6 times in my lifetime. And I think as long as you space them out a good bit, it's always a good watch. My number 1, Dawn. Which I believe was Kyle's number 1 as well.
My number 1 movie.
Right. Number 1 movie. Yeah. That one, Dawn is the perfect Apes movie for me, I would say. Perfect enemies, perfect setup, perfect conflict, perfect graphics. Still, even on rewatch a couple weeks ago, watching it on 4K on my screen, when the apes start showing up on screen riding horses.
Yes.
It's just, I mean, I know they did that in the originals, so it's not like the first time they ever rode a horse, but for some reason, it just hits different in Dawn. My number 1.
Okay. My number 6 is the Tim Burton Planet of the Apes.
Right.
Just hate that movie.
That's a bingo.
My number 5 is the original Planet of the Apes.
Nice.
Then Rise of the Planet of the Apes is my number 4.
Zach, we are locked in right now.
War for the Planet of the Apes is my number 3.
Okay.
Because remember, I liked Kingdom a lot.
Yeah.
My number 2, Dawn of the Planet of the Apes, and my number 1 is Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes.
Zach, if you took Kingdom out of your list, you and I have the exact same list.
Yeah. And I do really like the Simpsons Dr. Zaius. So
I haven't seen it. I should watch it, evidently.
It's like 2 minutes on YouTube. Yeah. Okay. So, I mean, the funny thing is, it's Simpsons. It's the 90s. It's supposed to be ridiculous. Like, oh my God, I can't believe they're making Planet of the Apes the musical. Mm-hmm. And then now, like, every movie gets a musical Broadway version of it. So It's not so silly now, but Simpsons predicting the future once again.
Yeah, I'm surprised we haven't had a Planet of the Apes musical yet. Seems like maybe that could be a thing.
I think, honestly, I think Simpsons, because they got there first with the joke, like you couldn't make that without everyone just referencing the Dr. Zaius and, never make a monkey.
If they didn't do things because Simpsons referenced it, they'd never do things.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, like, it's such a part of, at least a part of a certain culture who were watching The Simpsons back then.
Sure.
So.
James, I never watched The Simpsons. I didn't care.
Yeah. Oh, you were missing. Okay, so James, you could, being like the movie buff you are, you can watch The Simpsons and like there's just movie references everywhere throughout that TV show.
Yeah, I gave it a shot. I've given it several shots. I just can't get into it.
All right. James, did you consider including Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back on your list?
No.
It does have a Planet of the Apes moment in it?
Yeah,
They do.
it
Yeah.
does.
Like a parody? Like, do they parody the end of it?
They like stumble on a set of a
Oh,
Apes
well, then
movie.
I could have included Spaceballs then.
Yeah, you can include Spaceball.
Yeah,
I mean,
sure.
just to remind you, you did include Simpsons. So
Yes, but that actually is Planet of the Apes, though.
Kevin Smith wrote a Planet of the Apes comic book, and then Tim Burton stole his ending for Planet of the Apes, the movie.
Oh, the ending of the Tim Burton's from the comic book?
With
yes.
the Lincoln Memorial.
Yes.
Oh.
And if you go on YouTube and search Kevin Smith, Tim Burton, Planet of the Apes, he does, he's like giving one of his talks in front of a bunch of students and telling the story about how Tim Burton stole that ending from him and then never gave him credit or anything. Like he had a pretty big chip on his shoulder at one point
Seems
Fine.
illegal.
by not being given credit for that ending. And then people didn't like the ending anyway.
It's not a great ending in the first place, so.
Sure. I think he acknowledges
too
that.
bad. Okay.
You know what I mean? Like he was upset about it until people hated it. And then he was like, all right, maybe I don't want credit. Anyway,
Yeah, don't take credit for that.
Kevin Smith's a good storyteller. So if you're bored, check it out. All right. That was ranking Planet of the Apes movies that we've seen. I have vague memories of some of the other older sequels too, but I couldn't tell you which one is which, so I don't feel comfortable marking it on Letterboxd or
Fair.
like planting a flag in a list or anything. But I have them all on Blu-ray, and I intend to watch all of them in the next month or so.
Very cool.
Just to
I
say
really
I've seen
hope
all
your
of
next
them.
top 10, last 10 is just a whole bunch of Planet of the Apes.
Very possible
I'm looking forward to that.
for sure.
That'd be awesome.
All right, before we go this week, we're going to play a little game, a game that Zach has created that Kyle and I don't really know much about other than it's audio based. So you want to give us a little primer, Zach?
Absolutely. Okay, so I'm pretty excited about this game because I had fun making it. We'll see if it's fun to play. I know both of you guys are music fans as well as movie fans. Would that be fair?
Fair.
I'm more of a music lover, but yes.
I'm a fan.
So I thought let's bring together your affinity for music and movies.
Okay.
And I am going to see if you can guess the name and what movie a song is from just by listening to it.
So this is
Okay.
like a movie or a song that appeared in the soundtrack of a movie or like in a scene?
So this would be a song,
Okay.
a well-known song
Okay.
from a well-known movie.
Okay.
So it might be in the soundtrack. It might be in a scene. These are all songs that you know from movies that you know.
Mhm.
The only catch is that I used AI to change the genre of the song.
Oh, okay.
So the same
Ah,
lyrics,
Okay.
the exact same lyrics from the songs. It's just it'll be in a different genre.
Interesting.
I was wondering how we were going to get this past YouTube. Now it makes sense.
Yeah. Okay, so I made 2 test ones so you can get the sense of this before we actually get into it. Okay.
Okay.
Neither of these are from movies; they're just well-known songs. Okay.
Got it.
So we couldn't get it working on my computer, so James actually has the files, although he doesn't know the names. So here's how it's going to work. If you think you have a guess, Kyle, just tell him to pause it. James, if you have a guess, you just pause it. Okay.
Okay.
So why don't you play number 1? This is not a movie song. It is just a song, but you'll get a sense of how the genre changes a little bit. Okay.
All right, here we go.
Sheila, oh, what you yelling for? Lay back, it's all been done before. And if you could only let it be, you will see. I like you the way you are when we're driving in your car and you're talking to me one-on-one. But you become somebody
It's hard.
else. Found everyone else. You're watching your back like you can't relax. You try to be cool, you look like a fool to me. Tell me why'd you have to go and make things so complicated?
Oh, got it. Yeah, that's Complicated by Avril Lavigne.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm not gonna admit I don't know the verses to Complicated whatsoever.
I recognize the lyrics. I just could
Okay.
not place where it was going.
If you could have heard the original song, you would have recognized the lyrics as well.
Well,
absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. If I originally, I would have known
Yeah.
that exactly.
Okay.
So.
Again, I'm still trying to get you guys into this mode, so I made a second sample one.
Okay.
Right.
This is also from the late 90s.
So this is not
play
for
number 2.
points, just to
Yeah.
prime us for the game. Here we
Yeah.
go.
Zach,
Song
do you think
2.
that Complicated's from the late 90s?
I have no idea when
Okay.
Complicated's from.
It's
No.
not.
It's not. No, Complicated's from like early 2000s.
Early 2000s, the late 90s are the exact same thing.
They are not the exact same thing. How dare ye?
They're pretty close to the same thing.
I mean, like,
I mean, they're
you
right
know,
next to each
timeline,
other.
they're- Yeah, but I would say musically they're very different. Okay, go ahead.
When is it? So we got to know. When is it ever-
2002. 2002.
All right, 2002.
Yeah, not late
Kyle's
90s.
right. All right, here we go. Song 2.
Oh, and close the curtains. 'Cause all we need is candlelight. You and me and a bottle of wine. Gonna hold you tonight. Oh yeah. Well, we know I'm going away, and how I wish it weren't so. So take this wine and drink with me. Let's delay our misery. Say tonight.
Oh, so this is Eagle Eye Cherry.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
It's
Yeah.
Saved Tonight
Saved
by Eagle Eye
Tonight.
Cherry.
I just realized how much I don't know
Saved
verses of
Tonight.
songs.
Like
I know
the break
choruses
of
really
dawn,
well.
Come tomorrow. Is it that song?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the one.
It's that
yep.
song. Yeah.
Yep.
Wow, that song sounds way, way different.
Right.
Yeah. Absolutely. Okay.
I don't
are you guys
remember
ready?
that song being about wine.
Do you remember
Why are there-
anything about that song besides "Save Tonight"?
No, that
By
one
the
I
break of
couldn't
dawn.
have
Right.
recognized by just the
The-
lyrics for sure.
That song specifically is about like tomorrow we're going to be apart, and so let's make tonight last as long as possible.
Right.
Right. I just don't remember 2 references to wine being right at the beginning of the
Hey.
song.
It's all about wine. Okay, so you guys ready? Now, in order to get the point, you have to say both the name of the song and what famous movie it's from.
Okay.
Okay? If you fail to do so, the other person can steal.
Got it.
And some of these are very easy, and some of them are harder. For
Nice.
sure. Okay?
Perfect.
So why don't you play number 3, James?
Every night in dreams, I see you, I feel you. That is how I know you're gone. Far across the distance, and spaces between us.
Yes, James?
I don't know the movie. Do we have to know the
All right,
artist too?
No, you don't.
No.
Just the movie and the name of the song.
Movie
You can
and
keep
the
playing it.
song.
Because you're not going to get the point unless you know both.
I don't know.
And you-
I don't know at all.
James, if you think you know the title and you don't know the movie, you don't know the song.
Okay. Then I
You
won't.
definitely know this
I'll hit
movie.
play again. Then.
Okay.
I won't even guess. Here we go.
You have come to show you go on. Near, far,
Oh, got it. This is "My Heart Will Go On" from Titanic.
Yes.
You're right.
Is
I
that what
didn't
you're
know
going to
it.
guess? Yeah. Because you would definitely know it's from Titanic. It sounds so different from the Celine Dion version. doesn't it?
Yeah,
Sure.
it's
Well, it
completely
is
different
different.
styles.
Okay. Track 4.
Here we go.
From the day we arrive on the planet, when you step into the sun, there's more to be seen and can never be seen. More to do than can never be done. Some say eat or be eaten. Some say live and let live. But all agreed is they join the stampede.
I got it.
Should never
Okay,
Yeah.
but by the way, this is so hard just to like hear the lyrics and not like try and focus
It's
on the melody.
crazy.
Yeah.
It's crazy, right?
I think this is Circle of Life from The Lion King.
It is.
Okay.
Kyle's
And
going to
James-
annihilate me at this game. I can feel
James,
it right now.
If you at all ever want to like play more of the song once you know what it is to actually hear it, you can.
Yeah, let's play a little bit of this because I think
Yeah.
most people know this song. So here we
Right.
go.
take more than you give. The circle of life. It's the wheel of fortune. It's the leap of faith. It's the band of hope till we find a place on the path unwinding.
All right. Interesting.
Yeah. All right. Why don't you play number 5?
All right. Do they get much
It's a rap.
easier than that?
There are some that are very easy. Yeah.
Okay.
This one's a great rap.
Here we go.
Behind a bed and I stumble to the kitchen. I pour myself a cup of ambition and yawn and stretch and try to come to life. Jump in the shower and the blood starts pumping. Out on the street, the traffic starts jumping. The folks like me on the job from 9 to 5, working 9 to 5. What a way to make a living.
9 to 5 from the movie 9 to 5.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
The Dolly Parton movie.
The Dolly Parton song 9 to 5. Yeah.
Okay.
Nice.
That is,
song
that
awesome.
is definitely a genre flip, I would say.
Yeah.
That is
Did you
awesome.
tell him these genres or did you just
Yes.
say, okay?
No, I
all
told
right.
them the genres.
Okay.
Yeah.
I shouldn't say them. I feel like I'm
We got to get to the chorus
personifying
of this,
AI,
right?
So
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Okay, here we go.
Barely getting by, it's all taken and no giving. They just use your mind and they never give you credit. It's enough to drive you crazy. You
This
left
could absolutely
9 to
be a song.
5 for service and devotion. You would think that I would deserve a fair promotion. Want to move ahead, but the boss won't seem to let me. I swear sometimes that man is out to get me. I swear sometimes that man is out to get me.
All right. It actually already did the chorus.
I think I would like legitimately listen to this song.
Oh, totally.
yeah,
Yeah.
that one was decent.
All right. This next one is going to be easy or really hard. It's going to be easy, but or really hard.
Okay.
So
Okay. Here we go.
The power of love is a curious thing. Make one man weep, make another man sing. Change your heart to a little white dove. More than a feeling, that's the power of love. Tougher than diamonds.
Back to the Future, The Power of Love.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Well done, James.
All right, let's play a
You guys
little bit
are
more
tied.
of that. Hold on.
Diamonds rich like cream, stronger and harder than a bad girl's dream. Make a bad one good, make a wrong one right. Power of love will keep you home at night. You don't need money, don't take fame. Don't need no credit card to ride this train. It's strong and it's sudden and it's cruel sometimes, but it might just save your life. That's the power.
I might listen to this one on my own time too.
All right. You guys are tied up.
All right. I think I've figured out the trick.
What's the trick? Ignore
In the
music.
first couple, I was like bopping around to the music. You cannot do that. You have
No,
to just
yeah.
ignore what's going
Yes.
on musically and focus solely on the lyrics.
Yep.
Because it will absolutely lead you down the wrong path. Yeah.
Correct.
Right.
Yep.
Absolutely. Okay. Song 7?
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Got it. It's Somewhere Over the Rainbow, Wizard of Oz.
Yeah. Right
Yeah,
as he said, I got
absolutely.
it. I was thinking about saying I got it.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Let's do another 10 seconds of this.
This sounds like something I danced to like an 8th grade dance.
Oh,
Right.
totally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah. All right. Well done.
Thank you.
Next.
Song 8? Let's do it. Oh, hold on. I went into 9. Here we go.
Wait just to hear you breathing. Watch you smile while you are sleeping. While you're
got
far
it.
away and dreaming.
This is I Don't Want to Miss a Thing from Armageddon, Aerosmith.
Yes. Well
What? It's impossible.
Spend my life in sweet surrender. I could stay lost in this moment forever. Where a moment spent with you is a moment I treasure.
Treasure.
Don't wanna close my eyes. I don't wanna fall asleep.
This is a banger.
'Cause I miss you, baby. And I don't wanna miss a thing. Even when I dream of you, even dream whatever you. I still miss you, baby. And I don't wanna miss a thing.
That was cool.
Pretty wild.
Well done. You got it early, Kyle. That was good.
Thanks.
Yeah, that was. I had no clue at all when you had.
You guys don't
made
have
the
like a
guess.
90s ballads playlist on your Spotify's?
I do. I just clearly don't listen to the opening lines of songs or something. I don't
All
know.
right. This one is another rap.
Okay.
If there's something strange.
Oh, got it.
Ah. See, he can say I got it faster than I can hit pause. So I'm going to start
Really?
saying I got
I could
it.
talk faster than you can just pause
James,
it.
it would take you longer to hit pause than to say I've got it.
Yeah.
You can do whatever you want, James. Whatever is best
Yeah,
for
I'm
you.
trying to hit a button that's this big on my
Well,
screen.
put your
That's
finger on the
harder
button.
to do than just say I got it.
Okay, sure. You can
Right?
say I got it. Yeah.
All right.
Because you wildly move your mouse to the other side of the screen, right? And then you have to like find
I'm doing it on
again.
this.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
So I have to find the button and click it. Plus,
Yeah,
it's like
James,
like-
you can certainly say
it's
something.
this little tiny button right there that I'm
That
having
is
to
a
hit
tiny,
pause on.
tiny button.
Yeah, if
All right,
you want to
James, you
say
can-
I got it,
You
I
can
will
definitely-
respect
but
the I got
can you
it.
play more of that song though?
Yes.
I actually have not guessed it yet,
In
though.
your neighborhood,
Oh, wait,
who
pause
you
it.
gonna-
Pause it.
Guess it.
Ghostbusters from Ghostbusters.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
All right.
I prime myself for that one. I'm like, you're gonna
This is
listen
coming.
for. Yeah, this is coming. So
Sure.
Oh, you knew it was coming. Oh, that's great.
yeah.
If there's something weird, and it don't look good, who you gonna call? I ain't afraid of no ghost. I ain't afraid of no ghost.
There aren't a lot of lyrics to this song.
If you're seeing things,
I like it.
Yeah.
I dig it.
All right, this one's amazing. I've been listening to this song, unironically.
This
All right.
rival the Matt David song or the Good Will Hunting.
This one has been a lot of fun to listen to.
Okay.
All right. Here we go.
Got it. This is Johnny Be Good from Back to the Future.
Yeah. It's so epic.
What was the prompt? Like anthemic EDM or something like that?
Josh Groban.
Yeah.
I could find that was probably a type of opera, is what I picked.
Okay. Interesting.
Yeah.
I like that. I got to listen to all these on my own time for sure.
Yeah, they're fun, right?
Absolutely.
Okay. Next up.
Here we go.
It must be a bluegrass song.
Some things in life are bad, they can't really make you mad. Other things just make you swear and curse. When
Goodness.
you're chewing on life's gristle, don't grumble, give a whistle. And this'll help things turn out for the best. And always
Got it.
side.
Yeah, it's Always Look on the Bright Side of Life by Monty Python.
Oh yeah.
From The Life of Brian.
Well done.
I mean, that's weird because that song starts spoken word until they get into the chorus. So, like, I'm listening to this, like, I know these words.
Yeah.
Like, that's the
You
frustrating
just never
thing
heard them
sometimes.
sung to you.
Yeah, I'm like, I know these words, but this music is weird. And
Totally.
Yeah.
All right. Next one.
All right.
Very well known song.
Rising up back on the street, did my time, took my chances, went the distance, now I'm back
goodness.
on my feet. Just a man and his will to survive so many times. It happens too fast, you trade
is
your
this song?
passion for glory. Don't lose your grip on the dreams of the past. You must fight just to keep them alive. It's the eye of the
Got it.
tiger. It's the thrill of the fight.
Sure you do.
it's like, it's so frustrating because like, I know these words, but this
Oh,
music
yeah.
makes no sense. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That's Eye of the Tiger from Rocky 3.
Really? That was the first time they did Eye of the Tiger in a
I think it's Rocky
movie?
3, right?
Rising up to the challenge of our rival. Then the last known survivor stalks his prey in the night. Then he's watching the
Rocky 3.
Is Rocky 3? Okay.
eye of the tiger. Face to face out on the heat.
All right.
Amazing. Okay. Well done, Kyle. Next one. I think both of you like this movie a lot.
Is this no real life? Is this your fantasy?
Got it.
Wild and silent.
How dare you?
It's Bohemian Rhapsody from Wayne's World.
Is it really?
Yeah.
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 How did you
James, start it over again. Start it
Okay,
over again.
I'm gonna start it over again.
Is this no real life? Is this
It's
just
just fantasy. Caught
It's
in a landslide.
that's all I'm hearing. I'm not hearing actual words.
It's an accent.
Like, is this
Is
reggae?
this no real life? Is this
It doesn't sound like anything.
I'll admit those first words I was not sure about. Then I heard, is this
Yeah.
just fantasy? I'm like, okay,
He's kind of
well, that's gotta
mumbling
be.
it for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, when we say he, it's a computer. Like, no one's doing anything here.
escape from reality? Open your eyes, look up to the skies and see. I'm just a poor boy, I need no sympathy. Cause I'm easy come, easy go, little high, little low. Anyway, the wind blows doesn't really matter to me. Mama just killed a man, put a gun against his head, pulled my trigger, now he's dead. Mama, life had just begun, but now I've gone and thrown it all away.
Okay, so beyond the section that Kyle called the song on,
Yeah.
I could have gotten any of that. It's just that first line is like not even English to me.
Messed you up. Yeah.
Wild. Okay.
All right. This is another
Kyle's
one
on
that
a run. I got to interrupt this.
He's
at
on.
some
You
point.
got break in here. You could do it with this one.
All
This is
right.
another song that I just really have enjoyed this past week. I like
All right.
this one a lot. Remember, you need the movie too.
What'd you say?
You need the movie as well. Okay.
Okay, here we go, Kyle.
We only don't know, we won't find out till we grow. Well, I don't know if all that's true, cause you got me, and baby,
Got
I
it.
got you.
This is I Got You, Babe. It's in so many movies. I'm gonna guess you want this from Groundhog Day.
I do want it from Groundhog Day.
Okay,
yes.
but you would have accepted Beavis and Butthead Do America.
Yeah, of course.
Okay,
Absolutely. Yeah, of course.
All
You
right.
have to play this, James, because I love the chorus of this song.
Okay, we'll play some more.
Babe, I got you, babe. I got you, babe. They say our love won't pay the rent before it's earned. Our money's all been spent. I guess that's so. We don't have a plot, but at least I'm sure of all the things we got. Babe, I got you, babe. I got
Oh, okay. Like
that
if
sounds
Enrique
like-
Iglesias sang the song.
Like, have you ever heard karaoke in another country where they're singing songs in English, but they don't know the words? Like, there's phonetically saying the words.
Yeah,
That's what that sounded like to me, like phonetic karaoke.
For sure. Definitely.
All right. This is a movie I've seen quite a bit.
All right, here we go.
The snow glows white on the mountain tonight. Not a footprint to be seen.
Got it.
A
Wow.
kingdom
Oh my
That's
gosh.
fast.
This is Let It Go from Frozen.
Yes, it is.
I would have never. I mean, once I got to the chorus, maybe, but I don't know any of the lyrics to the song.
of isolation.
And it looks like I'm
And
the
it
queen.
looks like I'm the queen. The wind is howling like this swirling storm inside. Couldn't keep it in, heaven knows I tried. Don't let them in, don't let them see. Be the good girl you always have to be. Conceal, don't feel, don't let them know. Well, now they know. Let it go, let it go. Can't hold it back anymore. Let it go,
All right.
let it go.
This is what AI is meant for. Clearly.
Yeah. This next one, James has a little bit of an edge on you, Kyle.
Okay, that's fine.
Way to set me up for failure, Zach. Here we go.
My aunt used to live in Paris. I remember she used to come home and tell us these stories about being abroad. And I remember she told us that she jumped into the river once barefoot. She smiled, deep without looking, and tumbled into the Seine. The water was freezing. She spent a month sneezing, but said she would do it again. Here's to the ones who dream, foolish as they may seem. Here's to the hearts that ache. Here's to the mess we make. She captured her feelings, not no ceiling. Sunsets out of frame. She lived in a liquor and died with a flicker. I'll always remember the flame. Here's to the hearts that ache. Here's to the mess we make. She told me a bit of madness is key. To give us new colors to see.
I know these lyrics.
And that's why they need us. So bring on the rebels, the ripples from pebbles, the painters and poets and plays. And here's to the fools who dream, crazy as they may seem. Here's to the hearts that break. Here's to the mess we make. I trace it all back to Denver.
And this-
snow in the state, smiling through it. She said she'd do it again.
I don't know.
James, you didn't get it from Ripples from Pebbles? Okay, no takers on this one?
There's more.
Here's to the hearts that ache. Here's to the mess we make. Trace it all back to Denver. The snow in the same smiling through it. She said she'd do it again.
Here's to the time.
All right, we did
Any
all of that one.
takers?
I have no clue.
Is
Kyle,
that?
do you want to venture a guess?
I mean,
You won't even, if you just say the movie, I'll give it to you.
Hunger Games? I don't know.
No.
I have no clue.
American Pie.
No, this is the audition song from La La Land.
Oh, I'm not gonna know that.
Well, it
There's
wasn't-
not a chance. I mean, I've listened to the soundtrack of La La Land countless times, but for some
Yeah.
reason, those lyrics were not the ones I thought of.
I gotcha. I would have thought you got, once it hit Ripples from Pebbles, you would have gotten it.
I've seen La La Land this many times.
Sure.
Nice. All right, that was the first stumper. Okay, let's see if you
All
can
right,
get this
that was a good
one.
one.
Here we go.
Somebody to hold on to, it's all we really need. Nothing else to it. Harmony and Julie in a world of pure imagine.
Got it.
I need to say something instead of trying to hit
Yeah.
pause.
You can say it. You can say it, James. It's okay.
I know.
Yeah, that's
Sure.
pure world of pure imagination for Willy Wonka.
From Willy Wonka?
Willy
Well,
Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. Sorry. Yeah,
Strange.
Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. I got the right one.
Right.
Yeah.
You did.
Well done.
It's so hard to
It was the
not
J-pop
listen to the
version.
melody.
Yeah.
Like even I'll recognize the words, but like I can't place it because
Mhm.
Because all of these are very melody forward.
right.
You know, these covers. Yeah. Okay.
That one too, like the lyrics were
Mangled a little bit.
mangled. Yeah.
As far as like,
I mean, it was the style of the
stresses.
song, but it wasn't as clear as some of the other ones.
Yeah.
All right. I see 4 more. Is that what you see, Zach?
4 more.
Let's do it.
Well, I don't know why I came here tonight. I got a
Got it.
feeling that something
Wow. Well done, Kyle. What do you got?
Stuck in the Middle with You from Reservoir Dogs.
Yes. Were you prepared for that one?
Insane.
I'm prepared for Tarantino.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Can we hear a little bit more of that one?
Yes.
right. I'm so scared in case I fall off my chair, and I'm wondering how I'll get down the stairs. Clouds to the left of me, jokers to the right. Here am I stuck in the middle with you. Yes, I'm stuck in the middle with you, and I'm wondering what it is I should do. It's so hard to keep the smile from my face, losing control, I'm all over.
It's like it
Nice.
doesn't know where the chorus is.
A lot of the AI songs don't know like where to put the chorus. They just kind of go right through it. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Okay. Here's a fun fact that will be unhelpful, but it's a fun fact. This is a very famous person's favorite song.
Oh wow.
All right.
Yeah.
Can you tell us which person or no?
No, that'd be the hint. That would make it helpful. This is unhelpful.
All right.
So
Here we
don't
go.
ignore my fact while listening.
She calls, come on, my bag's full of crumbs. Come feed the little birds, show them you care. And be glad if you do, the young ones are hungry. The nest is so bad. All it takes is tuppence from you. Feed the birds, tuppence a bag.
Got it. That's Feed the Birds from Mary Poppins.
Yeah.
I was like, there's so many bird references in this song. What is this song about?
Pretty on the nose, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kind of crazy.
Feed the Birds from Mary Poppins.
Kyle's
what
like,
good-
I don't know if Kyle's insanely good at this or if I'm just insanely bad at it.
You guys were tied for a while, and then he got in a, he figured it out in his head.
I've dialed
Right.
it. Yeah.
Yeah,
For
he's
sure.
dialed in. All right. This one is a little bit an edge for Kyle, unfortunately.
All right.
An edge for me.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I really can't stay. Baby, it's cold outside.
Oh, baby, it's
Oh.
cold outside.
From what movie?
I don't. National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. I mean, that song's in that movie. I don't know.
Is
if
it?
it's- I'm pretty sure it is.
I'll look it up.
I know
What
the
else is
answer,
it
Zach.
in?
He
Elf?
wants Elf. Yes.
I want
but
Elf.
But if
It's in Elf
National
as well.
If it's a National Lampoon Christmas Vacation, I think that James should get the point.
I think he's reaching. I don't think it's in that movie.
I don't know if it's. I don't know for sure if
Google
it's in that
hasn't
movie.
connected them. Google hasn't connected them for me.
Probably not then.
So then no points for James.
But
wanna
you got
hear
the
a little
song,
more?
James. You got the song.
Yeah.
Do we want to hear a little more?
Yes.
I really can't stay. Baby, it's cold outside. I've got to go away. Baby, it's cold outside. This evening has been hoping that you drop in so very nice. I'll hold your hands, they're just like ice. My mother will start to worry. Beautiful, what's your hurry? My father will be pacing the floor. Listen,
It's weird 'cause it's a
to that
duet.
fireplace roar.
it did not know what to do with that song.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's basically
Especially
just
'cause
strumming
the two,
along,
like, lines
trying to
sort
figure
of-
out where the highs and the lows are
Yeah,
of the
right.
song. Yeah.
All right, last one, James.
All right.
This one is for 30 points.
All right. Here we go. 30 points. Oh.
Of course, you went metal.
You should have made them all like this, Zach. Here we go. I'm going to start it over. Ready, Kyle?
Yes.
Do you know it yet?
No, I just.
Any guesses?
I love this
Any
already.
guesses?
I don't have any guesses. No, ready?
This sounds like the opening to an Anthrax song.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Here we go.
I can show you the world.
I got it.
Aladdin.
Yeah, give it to James. Give it to James.
What's it called, James?
I could show you the world. Aladdin.
No.
I don't know what the
name.
name of the song is, but it's definitely Aladdin.
You don't know. Well, you have to know the name of the song. That's one of the rules.
Yeah, it's name a song.
Name the song,
And
not name
Magic
the movie.
Carpet
movie.
Ride.
No. A whole
Uh,
new world.
A whole
Yeah,
new
it's
world.
called Aladdin.
New
Right.
world, yeah.
30
new
points
world.
to me.
No, how dare you?
You guys want to hear more of that?
Yeah, I hear more of that.
Sure.
That's great.
Resplendent. Tell me, princess, now when did you last let your heart inside? I can look in your eyes, take you wonder by wonder, over, sideways, and under on a magic carpet ride. A whole new world, a new fantastic point of view. The one to tell us no, or where to go. I'll say we're only dreaming. A whole new world.
All time.
Sweet place I never knew. But when I'm way up here, it's crystal clear. And now I'm in a whole new world with you.
Yeah, that's actually
Unbelievable sight.
that's a really good cover.
It's interesting, like how in some songs it can't figure out where the high points are and stuff like
Yeah,
that,
right,
and in
others
some
totally
it
can.
nails it perfectly.
Yeah.
And like,
It's possible. It's possible some I was better at like adding paragraphs in,
Oh,
to like break up the lyrics.
Yeah.
sure.
Because I think it does take a cues from that.
Yeah. But yeah,
Gotcha.
can you tell it verse chorus or does you just put the lyrics
No,
in
it'll
there?
sing verse and it'll sing chorus.
Oh, if you put it in there. Okay, so you
Yeah.
can't like prompt this with the
Yeah.
chorus.
You can't like put things in brackets. I thought if you put things in brackets, it ignores.
Oh, possibly. I have no idea.
Are you using Suno or
Yeah.
whatever?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think there's like a way to give it commands on inside.
Okay.
But
I could really dial this in.
that was
there.
great.
Yeah,
I
it was
liked
really
it. Yeah, there really were, other than the Frozen song, I think all of those were fair. The Frozen song, I have no clue what the lyrics are until the chorus. Whereas all the rest of them, I think I've heard those before.
Oh, interesting. But maybe in my world, Frozen gets sung a lot. So
right.
Right.
Like,
and I was
Not
in
in
my
my
world
world.
more recently. Yeah.
Yeah. Definitely. Fun game, Zach. Good.
cool.
Yeah, that was
We
really
have
fun.
two. We
That's
are the
good.
kings of AI movie trivia song games.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
for sure.
If you're listening and you did better than Kyle, write in and let us know.
Absolutely. I'm
How did I
curious.
do? I'm just curious.
You did awesome. I mean, sometimes you would know it instantly as soon as it said the name of the song.
You did-
know?
Yeah.
You did so well, Zach stopped keeping score, evidently.
No, I kept score.
Oh,
Do you want to
okay.
know?
Well,
how
that's what he
many
was
you got
looking
right?
for, is he wants to know his score.
Yeah. I want hard numbers.
Okay, you got 15 plus 2.
So I got 17.
Well, yeah, I mean, the last one is one of the two,
Oh, okay.
because technically James didn't get it because he didn't know the title of the song.
Well, that's the game.
So,
Them's
yeah,
the breaks.
exactly. So 17 at its height and 15 at its light.
Okay.
So it was 17, one that neither of us got,
Yeah.
and
you
then I
two.
got 3 or 2.
You got 2.
Okay. I got 2. Nice.
no, James got 2 plus 2.
Well, even though
yeah.
Kyle wiped the floor with me, I would still play that game again. It was fun.
For sure. Yeah.
Cool. Well, I can do it again if you guys want to play it at some other time.
All right.
I'll include more metal songs.
Yeah. We need more rap
What
rock.
time was that? I think I typed in thrash metal. Was that thrash metal?
Sure.
It started thrashy.
It's in the style.
It got a little new metal-y with the chorus, but
Okay.
that's
Right.
fine.
Yeah. That's
I mean,
Most songs
you know,
don't stick to one rigid genre anyway when it comes to metal. I would
right.
say.
yeah.
I would like you to do Icelandic black metal next time.
Okay.
Yeah.
To what song?
Anything. It doesn't matter.
It'd be cheating
Actually,
if
that
you
would
gave
be
me
great
some.
if you just like looked up every different micro genre of metal and just made 20 different ones.
No.
Wait, what's a
We need a
what's
variation, but
what is a metal song where I take the lyrics and then make it a non-metal song?
Like take a metal song and then change the lyrics.
No.
No,
What is
sorry,
a metal
sorry,
song?
change the style.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, like you
What-
could do what's the big Metallica song?
Ride the Lightning.
Or Enter Sandman.
Sure. But Enter
Yeah.
Sandman's
It's
not-
more
It's
musical.
not really a metal song.
I mean,
it
it's a
kinda
song
is.
where
It's
you don't
ballady,
really even
you know what I
listen to the
mean?
words.
We don't listen to the words.
Well, I mean, they're there. You know the words, but like, it's not like, you know.
Like you could do like Raining Blood by Slayer.
Right.
Though I do know
That's
I
a
do,
fast.
I know the words to that one though. So you want ones I
Okay.
don't know the words at all?
No. Once you know the words, but like you never think about the lyrics first when you think about these songs. 'cause
Yeah.
they're
Okay.
so-
There you go. Yep.
Okay.
Yeah. Raining
All
Blood.
right.
That's probably a good one.
I'll make it sugar pop.
Okay. Let's hear it.
No, not right now. I
He
can't.
can't
Oh,
play
yeah,
it.
that-
You'd
I
have
thought
to
you
send
were
it
on the
to
spot.
me.
Oh, that's right.
before
I
we
sent it
played
to
it.
James. Then we got to. It's a whole thing. Yep.
It's a thing.
Good game, Zach. We'll do it again at some point. Thank you for listening to this episode of 633 of the Cinereelists. We appreciate your listenership. Don't forget, check us out on YouTube, support us on Patreon, leave us an Apple podcast review, 5 stars only, or send us an email to heyguys@cinereelists.com. We will read it and discuss it on the podcast. Also, you can follow the podcast on social media on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, or TikTok at Cinereelists, or you can follow me on my personal Twitter, Skyblue, or Letterboxd at YoJRB.
You can follow me on Twitter or Letterboxd at Schraben.
You can find me on Letterboxd at Peter SKB.
We'll be back next week with my most anticipated film of the year, Furiosa: a
Yeah.
Mad Max saga.
I already have my tickets.
I have tickets as well,
Nice.
reserved for Dolby.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's gonna be good. We'll see you guys there. Until then, keep it cinereal.
You're still here? It's over. Go home. Go.